Hey guys, what's up? This is Danny Plays, and welcome back to another video. As you can see behind me, we've got this little house that I asked one of my friends to build, and what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking his build and transforming it. So all I got to do, I'm going to replicate it to one side, and then I'm going to transform it and see how I can try and improve it. So I'll be right back once I finish reconstructing it. Okay, so when first constructing this, I was trying to look at it and find things that I could change. And the first thing I noticed were those two steps. And I thought we could kind of expand these and make a little patio space. Like a... How do I explain this? You know how some of those like ranch houses or like houses out in the country will have a front patio with an overhang, I was kind of thinking something like that. And this part, it took me a little bit of time to get down because I didn't know exactly what I was doing with it. But it did end up coming out pretty good with, I thought size-wise anyway, it was in proportion with the rest of the building. And something I want to clarify real quickly, I didn't want to change his house too much. By the end of this, all the windows are in the same place, the house is still the same size as it was, but it's been updated to fit my building style. So this top part is probably what I spent a majority of the time doing, not for the entire video, but like the front, because the front's the part of the house you want to look the best, right? So the front is definitely the side of the house that I spent the most time messing with. And as you can see, I'm kind of taking my time looking at this, trying to think about what I could do. And I decided that I wanted to add a kind of second foundation layer, but not really. And I thought that stripped spruce wood would look nice. The reason I did this was I wanted there to be, I didn't want it all to be spruce and stone, which, I mean, it's still all spruce and stone, but I didn't want it to just be the planks and the stone. I wanted there to be some contrast with it. And I messed with the windows a bit, but then I decided that just keeping the windows where they were actually worked better in this build. So I mess around with those for a bit, but as you can see, I just put them back. Now this is, the roof was the number one thing I wanted to change. The pyramid roof, I mean, it's a classic, but gonna be completely honest, that pyramid roof, it drives me a bit crazy, and I thought maybe if I made it a steeper incline, I could try and kind of keep the essence of the roof he was trying to do, while at the same time still updating it. So I messed around with different, oh my gosh, what are these called? Framing? Lining? I'll call it framing. I messed around with different framing for the ceiling, because I thought if I, made the ceiling look different, that if I put some framing, it would really make the shape stand out and give it a little bit more depth. I do go back and change that window a little bit more later because I didn't like how it was pressed up against the what was the press? It's kind of hard to tell because I'm actually doing this voiceover while watching the time lapse. So it's a bit hard to look at it and say what I'm saying, but okay, let's get to the roof. I decided to go for a really steep roof design, so I did a trap door, 2 layers of half slabs, and then 1 layer of stairs, which gave it a really steep slope to where it was actually only I think it ended being only slightly over 2 blocks tall, the roof, uh, which kept it at a similar height to how his roof was, even though it's in a different shape. So I switched that out because I didn't like that you could see the different material sticking through. And I gave it this little separation lining so it wouldn't look like it was all too conjointed in one piece. This is, once again, me trying to figure out how I could do something to stop it from just being stone and spruce planks. And I think at first I was a little worried about it because I didn't like how it looked on the sides or on the back, which is why you see me come here and mess with it on the back a bit. But then I end up putting those back because it looked weird on the sides without it. So here's me trying to change the window again, but then deciding once more that I actually liked the window the way it was. Well, no, I don't make it exactly the same as it was, because I do add a little overhang to it, and beyond that, I realized one window kind of made the side just too bland. So I extend the patio and kind of make a side balcony area, but I didn't want to step down because I felt like this had to be different to the entrance. So I had it supporting another one of those top parts, and I really want to know what those are called, but I'll figure that out eventually. And so I extended the thing over. Although at first I tried making them two separate ones. I thought they would look nice as two separate overhangs, but it ended up looking disconjointed and they didn't look like they belonged in the same build together. And I tried messing around with different campfire and trapdoor designs because I like that they're less than a block. And I mixed in half slabs to kind of give it an old and rickety look. Like this has been here for a really long time and it's starting to kind of crumble and it's been repaired a few times, like patched up. And I really hope that this time lapse isn't too choppy or anything. But also, one thing I want to make clear, this isn't as much of a problem in this build because this build is pretty much what it is, but I just wanted to say, in building in Minecraft specifically, when you build out of certain materials, you can't think of those materials as what they are. You kind of have to think about what they could be. Like, I'm not using the campfires as actual campfires. I'm using them as wooden planks. Even though there are wooden planks in the game and I could have just used half slabs, I like the texture that the campfires had. So I decided to use the top texture as my logs to try and make a more wild looking thing. I don't know what word I was trying to say there. But I added half slabs into the mix, like I said, to make it look more rickety and old. But I also used them as a way to add lanterns so that I could have lighting, because a little bit later in the video, I turn it to night so I can see what it looks like in the dark. Because my friend actually did design his house interior-wise to have enough light when it was dark. So I wanted to keep that aspect of it. The back, I sat and stared at the back for a long time because I had no idea what to do with it. So, you know what? I kind of skipped it and came back to the side, and I decided, you know what this place really needs? A giant chimney. I thought I wanted to make one of those big, crooked, kind of old, cabin-like fireplaces that really stick out from the house and are kind of crooked as they go up. Like, I didn't like how straight that was, so I make it kind of crooked. And I spend a little bit of time trying to find different designs that I like for the fireplace. And I did end up liking that one, but I ended up changing it a little bit. And then I didn't like that one either, so I put it back. And now I was kind of stuck here. I had to go to the back. I had to do something. So I added a little bit of a window seal. I added shutters. And I messed with the foundation a bit. I added some andesite in there, added some half slabs, added some stairs. I really was trying to make it look like this place was kind of thrown together with like someone's bare hands kind of really trying to tell a story. And that's really all I did. I took his house and tried to make it kind of look like an old cabin you might find out in the woods while still keeping the elements of his. Okay guys, the time lapse just finished up and I think that this actually came out really well. And I'm not going to compare them yet. I'm going to wait till I get my friend on the world to do that. And I want to show him the transformation and see what he thinks about it. I didn't do much to the interior because I can build interiors, but one, this was a smaller house and I didn't really know what to do, and I thought his interior was pretty good. So I just decided to add some shelving and a fireplace because, you know, I added the chimney over here. So I didn't bother putting the interior in the time lapse because it really didn't take that long. It took like all of 5 seconds to do. And, you know, I changed up the lighting a bit because his previous version was a bit sporadic. But yeah, I actually really like the way this came out. We added the little patio and then I don't know what you would call this. Is it a side patio? What do you call this? A balcony? A balcony. We'll just call it a balcony even though it's on the first floor. And then I like these I don't know what these are called either, but the top patio part. We added those off to the side, and I really like that. We messed with the foundation a little bit on the back, kind of made it look rougher. Added this little bit to separate. Oh, and the roof. The roof is my favorite part of the transformation, I think. I really like the chimney, though. So, guys, I'm going to get my friend on the world, and we're going to see what he thinks of this transformation. I'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, guys, my friend, he just joined the world. I'm not actually sure where he is. There he is. And so, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? You're the best flyer. You're like a you're like a dragon flyer. Oh, I'm so glad you agree. I love the patio and the best part about the patio though, it's definitely this. Uh, yeah. Texturing. If I say it confidently, does it make it true? So I'm really happy with how this video came out, guys. He said he liked it, and in case the audio got corrupted, because it did like 3 times, we actually had to film that multiple times because you couldn't hear his audio. So we tried fixing it, and if it didn't work, then, well, I'll just tell you what he said. He said that he does like the build, and that, his favorite part is the balconies and the patio, although he did say he was slightly triggered by the fact that these open in different directions. But overall, he said he was happy with how the transformation came out. So since I got a stamp of approval and I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys are happy with it, I'm going to end the video here. And I really enjoyed this video, so if you guys could leave a like, and maybe if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Do what you want. Does help the channel though, and it helps me get out there. Helps my channel appear in more people's inboxes. So that'd be great. Also, if this gets enough views, which I'm just gonna be like, if it gets like 15 views, I'm probably gonna make like a sequel with one of my other friends where They build a house and I transform it. It doesn't have to be a house though. You could leave suggestions in the comments for what you want me to build in the next one, or ask them to build in the next one for me to transform. But all in all, I'm really happy with how this video came out, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoy it too, so that I can make another one. Bye.